Ike Squale, Akonasilam Nama. Good day, it's nice to see everybody. Anthapa Scott Sewell, I'm Superintendent, Tanitsnet Nanaimo. Thank you for attending today. I want to especially thank Chief Elliott for being here. I'm honored in your presence. And Chief Wise, thank you for being here today. All the esteemed elders, thank you, and friends and family. This is a great day for us in the school district. You saw the videos earlier about what we're trying to do in the school district. All the people that came before me and our team at the school district have had on their minds, I think, the idea of reconciliation through our enhancement agreements, through trying to improve success rates and achievement and participation rates for Indigenous students. But this is the first time that we've talked about truth and reconciliation. And it was the previous board that decided this was important enough to be a goal of ours. And I thank them for that. And then this new board took on this challenge. And about a year ago, we started this committee. And you saw some of the committee members speak on the video. And thanks to Shay Johnson, by the way, for creating those videos. Is Shay still here? I don't see him, but thank you, Shade. Shade and his team came over and made those videos for us, and they did a great job. What I'd like to do is tell you a little bit about our committee, or at least I should say we started as a committee, and I believe we ended as a family. But I'd just like to mention the names of those people while I have the opportunity. So we had our Indigenous knowledge keepers, who were Ron Poitra from Mid-Island Métis, who couldn't be here today, but Joy Bremner's here. Thank you for being here, Joy, and representing Métis. Grace Nielsen from Tilikum Lalum. I saw you somewhere, Grace. Oh, she's in the back. Hi, Grace. Joan Brown, my spiritual leader. Joan, thank you for being here. Pearl Harris, my language teacher from Staminas, thank you for being here. And Lawrence Mitchell from Snanawas First Nations. Thank you for getting us off to a good way, Lawrence, today. The rest of the committee members / family members are as follows. Stephanie Higginson and Bill Robinson, who are trustees. Denise Wood, who represents the NDTA as president. Jamie Smith, our executive member from CUPE. Leanna Pellegrin, who is our executive on our District Parent Advisory Committee. Ted Cadwallader, our district principal of Aboriginal Education. Actually, now he's a director of instruction of Aboriginal Education. Tim Davey, deputy superintendent. And Stephanie Johnson, who was our consultant and who made all of this possible. This is what we're talking about. It started off as a policy. And we started off those committee meetings in our, I guess, colonial ways and talked about timed items on an agenda. And yeah, I know, stupid. That didn't last very long. But, you know, in a way, it's words on a page, right? And there might be millions of ways you could interchange these words and they would come out differently. But this group of people at this time put this together in such a way to inspire, hopefully, the hearts and minds, the Squalewan, of a population of students and staff members and community. There's a million ways these words could come out or fit together, but that group of people decided it was this. I didn't lead this. I'm following. I'm learning, and perhaps that's what makes this different this time around, that we're listening. With all of my senses, I'm listening and learning and following our knowledge keepers.
Asiana, Quamo, Nita, Wilta, Ni, Elam, Lishik, Shock, Shock, Yakwala, Siena, Quamo, Nishana Tewit, Ni, Elam. Friends and relatives, we have a group. Clock, Yakwala, Soren Eagle is gonna do a song for you. Siam Tkomo.
Siamna Siye, Siamna Sohwan, Siamna Swamo, Haitebka, Nana Tiatala Maxwet, Tia Stuck Testaminis Mestimoch, Tia Stuck Tathatha Mestimoch, Nana Tiatalas Taminis Haitebka. Like Squallowens, this now as Quislamna, was this yeah, Haichka Quasiala Quahinamet at Aniquel. And that Quaten Tanitanat Snout Nowis.
Antipat Kira. Antipat Kira.
Antipat Jalen. Antipat Jalen.
Nanutiatala Maxwet. We give thanks to the Creator and our ancestors for being here with us. We acknowledge our friends, our relatives, and the elders. We are really uplifted and happy to be here to stand on behalf of Snout Nowis and bring honor and respect to this floor here today and share with you the goodness that is bestowed upon us as Kosedish Huomo. It brings us great joy to come together and share that with you guys in the way that we know how and how we communicate with the world. So we're really happy that everyone made it here safely. We really raise our hands to the school district for making that symbolic step, taking that step to change the way that we operate as a school district. And it's something that's going to ripple throughout the rest of time, and it's going to ripple through all of our children, all of their minds, their whole heart, and their whole spirit. Everything is going to be changed by how we are going to move forward, not as neighbors, not as allies, but as family. And for that, we are truly thankful to be a part of this. And we really raise our hands to those of us that have been doing this for 50, 60, however long this district has been here. There have been people at the table, you know, sharing their Syeyutsus, sharing their teachings and their stories. And we've been knocking on the door for many years, and now we're finally in. And it brings us great honor and joy to be a small part of that. So we really want to raise our hands to each and every one of you and all of those people outside these walls in those communities working their hardest to make the biggest difference for not just the Hwalmach children, but all children. So nanutsi atala makshwet, haitepko.
Asiamda, Schwalakwa, Tim Quatin, the Samatin. Nee, we'll steal them. We always hide Sapka. Because me, almost talk. Nikos, three, in Syeyutsus. See Tom at Nita, school out, Syeyutsus school out. Syeyutsus Namat was fatted in Syeyutsus. Nee, at this time, we thank you for the song and dance. Very important part of our culture, singing and dancing. And this is a thank you from the District 68 School Board to go towards your song and dance group. A way of a thank you. Asiamda, Hwalmach, ni Quiniaita, Nita, Ilum, Wellish, Tinita, Senaimochna, Schwallocha, Siem, Nita, Emer 60 weird, or Ilum. Friends and relatives, we have a dance group from the Nanaimo First Nations. The Senaimoch dance group will be doing a song for you, Siem at Hwalmach.
I just want to first of all say thank you to everybody that has come out today for this wonderful event. Our first song that you heard was our welcome song, our paddle song, composed by a gentleman within our community for his daughter. You know, and it was composed before contact. When his daughter married and went away, he said, when you come back to visit, you sing that song and you sing it loud. And all of her in-laws would have to sing that song with her, letting us know within our village, within our tribe, that, you know, they're coming in peace. They're with us. So, and then the second one is our prayer song. And the next song that I'm going to sing is our Statoken. It's we call it our Lonesome Road song, but it was also made by a gentleman within our community. He made that song telling our people that when you hear this song, I'm always going to be here. I'm always coming back to be with you. But before I sing that, I'll introduce our group. We're pretty small today as it's a work day and it's also a school day. But my nephew, Billy Baker. my pride and joy, and I have two pride and joys now, but it's my grandson, Kai. Kai Good. My youngest daughter, Alice Y. Seward. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm Paul Y. Seward. I just really want to say thank you to the school district and all the trustees and all those that have made it possible for us coming together, working together, partnering up. You know, this world would be so much easier to live in because the more that we can go hand in hand and work together on moving forward with different issues in life, it would be so much grateful for us to walk this earth together. So I raise my hands to all of those involved and that have made this possible for coming together. So, Syeyutsus.
Sam, toch nasten het. Nee, wilde. Spoiler stillen. Ik wil het maar steeds alleen op de schijfveld. Sam, niet kust schijf. Ten eerste is goed ook. Het is samen kunnen praten. Nee, immers toch. Ja, Sam. On behalf of the school board District 68, I send to say thank you to your Nanaimo dance group, and this way of having saying a thank you to your to go towards your dance group. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Thank you to the Nanaimo dance group. As then, Swalaka, Nikon, I, the in Scheimalap, Nesjuk, Jack, Kanat, Nika, Will, the Scheimalap, the Neta, Telecom, the end of Paluk, Jack, Kanat.
Friends and relatives, I'm originally from Stamanis Band, but I've been in Nanaimo for many years. I wanted to bring this drum, which I very rarely use. It was a vision, and Colossal at Auntie Ellen White was a part of this. Bill and Maria Seward, and J.C. Lucas. And in this drum and the vision was a pure spirit lady that came out of the sacred tree and the roots, keeping in mind that the children in our community takes the community, raise a child, and we think about how important that ethics and principles are in being a model for that child. So in this vision, this lady looked like one of our grandmothers from our nation. And as it came up through the sacred tree into the sky, which is really a part of our spirit, we think of mind, body, and spirit. And there's the wolf, Takaya. And there's the spaz. No, there's the spaz, the bear. And as it goes through, we are connected to one another, but we're also connected to the earth, the trees, the spirit. And to have a healthy community, we need all those connections. So, as I say, I very rarely use this drum. It's very spiritual to me. And so today, I thought it was a very good opportunity for all the work that's been done around reconciliation and the understanding that It's mind, body, and spirit. And not just a connection of all the people in our communities, but also the connection to the animals, the birds, the trees, and the animals teach us great lessons in life if we only listen to them. So my daughter, sorry, and Kwayu will help me sing this song because I've been losing my voice for the last little while with this cold. Oh,
Thank you from the District 8 School Board. Hi, Taylor, stand as well. Hi, Taylor. elders that are coming up. Mid-Island Métis. Mid-Island Métis is Bruce Dumont, Brooklyn Chalmers. Please come up forward, please.
Tansi, Tansi Kiwao, Tatuao. We're representing the Mid-Island Métis. We're the Métis nations across the BC and Vancouver Island. We have roughly 10,000 Métis on Vancouver Island and 90,000 in the province of British Columbia. So we're going to share a bit of our culture. We'll share our national anthem in English, and I'll do it in our trade language, which is Michif. It's a combination of the Cree language, the Soto language, Ojibwe, French, and English. So it's basically a trilingual language, and all the verbs are in the indigenous language, all the nouns are in French, and what we can't translate, we use English. But it's like the Chinook language we had on the West Coast. So the oral language, it was a trade language where they could communicate with one another. So we did the same thing. We had the same thing on the prairies. So Brooke will read the national anthem, and I'll do a couple of verses in in our Michif language. You know, we're talking about reconciliation in our language. We use Wokotowin, which means we're all one. Okay? And Kotamowin is Mother Earth, so we're all joined together as a peoples. And first of all, I want to thank the school district and the Chemainus people and Mid-Island Métis for the invite. I think it's really important that we all work together with reconciliation. It'll be a long process to get it down pat. We as the Métis, half-breed was the English term, but we call ourselves Otipimswak, which is the people that own themselves. So we're Apitogusan people. We're a mixture of First Nations grandmothers and European descent. And I also want to thank the elders that are here. Kinas Kumatina Wow, Kiti Iyasinawak. That means thank you very much to the elders. And you say Haichka, we say Hai Hai for thank you. So, Hai Hai.
In the forest, on the river, and across the western plain, as the white man journeyed westward to the land of the Indian, a new race was created, a new nation rose up strong, hardship as its destiny, and its curse not to belong. In the land from which they came, in the land they helped to build, they found themselves the alien, found their vision unfulfilled, and despite their valiant effort to defend what they believe, when at last the battle ended, they were only left to grieve.
So the chorus is, we are proud to be Métis, Nikichi He, Na, Sipita, Iko Siemiak. Watch our nation rise again, Kitwa, Mina, Kiwa Pamin, Tosokiyak, never more forgotten people, Namoya, Kitwam, Nikawa, Kisistikawian. We are true Canadians, Ochi, Ota, Chochi, Kanata, Ayesi, Yaniwak, Nianan.
From across the plain they traveled, from Red River to the Peace. looking for their own homeland that would help them to replace all the land that had been taken and the dreams that had been dashed. Their brave heroes, now called traitors, and courageous deeds now past. But their spirit was not broken, and their dreams never died. Their determined strengthened even while the people cried, as they waited for the battle that would end their years of pain, and the final bloodless battle when the nation rose again.
We are proud to be Métis, Niki Shien, Ina, Apitogosanak. Watch our nation rise again, Kitwa Mina, Kawa Pinminan, Taso Kiitayak. Never more forgotten people, Namoya Kitwam, Nika Wakisatan, Wina. We are the true Canadians, Ota Ochi Kanata, Ayisi Niwak Nianan.
For the newest generation and the future ones to come, with the past to motivate us, it will help us to keep us strong. As we build the Métis Nation, as we watch it rise again, our past loss is motivation to inspire our future gain.
We are proud to be Métis, Niki Chini, Nitinan, Apitogusanak. Watch our nation rise again, Kitwa Mina, Kawa Mina, Mi Minan, Tasokitiyak. Never more forgotten people, Namoya Kitwam, Nika, Waniska, Tata, Kiwanan. We're the true Canadians, Ota Ochi, Kanata, Ayisi Yanat, Wak, Nianan.
Okay, I'm going to dig the Red River Dam, yeah.
I'll try to keep up.
Thanking you for your time and what you brought forward today. On behalf of the school board, I want to say thank you to you. And thank you.
Thank you.
Asiana, kwam ik ben jij en schrijf op. Deze was niet de chimines, lekker school It's will it now? Friends and relatives, carrying on with the performance. Chimines Community School will do a dance, song, Chimines Community Center or School.
everyone for being here today for this historical event. I worked in several places, UBC, VIU, Environment Canada, CLHC. We drafted lots of policy, but not too often we ever see it get implemented. And that's why we're here today, to bridge that gap, to bring us together, not so much. Working together at LATEM at the table. We are not doing this for us. We're doing it for our young Stalikas here. That is why we're here. And you'll see in the next song, we need to include the youth on a lot of decision making. A lot of the time we think we know what's best for them, but we never ask them. You'll see in the next song, we're training them. We're molding them to take our positions. When we start singing and dancing now, they pretty much push us aside. They're not scared anymore. They are believing who they are and where they come from. They're getting that confidence. And that's what I really love about my job. And these are the reasons, they're the ones that keep me going and moving forward. And that's why we're here. And so, as you'll see, next song is our Iron Man song and dance. And our Steve,
Oh
thank you to Syeyutsus Community School. The last song you heard was the Woman's Warrior song, Siamet Kwamo. On behalf of District 68, I want to thank you, Clinton, and the students for your time today and performance. A way of saying thank you. Next, ladies and gentlemen, we have Dave and Mandy from the Ladysmith Secondary School.
Thank you so much for coming to our House of Learning. I have Bill Taylor here on my right and Mandy Jones on my left, and filing behind us is our land and language-based learning. At this school, we work as a community, and so many great people at this school helped in this event. I hope you take home the bookmarks, the Syeyutsus bookmarks, which were made by Brad Bronner in our woodwork shop, and art classes. Michelle Sirkovic did the writing with her art classes. And Jesse Winter, another one of our teachers, his class wove together the yarn that is there. And so we're so thankful for our students, our staff sharing their talents. And also just thank you to Chef John and his amazing cafeteria program. And they've done a beautiful job. Also behind you, you may have recognized, because they did a lovely job of escorting people in and welcoming it to our place. And so we're so thankful for our students here too. So at this school, we have a program called the Land and Language-Based Learning. And a lot of the words that I heard today were talking about culture and language. And we have a short video that we would like to show you, which will give you just a small taste of how we are learning to walk together and how we've embraced Coast Salish culture into our building. Please enjoy.
Fragments of cedar are meticulously shaved and carved from a 14-foot log under the watchful eyes of students in the foyer at Ladysmith Secondary School. Syeyutsus First Nation master carver John Marston is coaxing the form of an eagle out of the log, which will become a welcoming figure at the school, helping to forge Aboriginal understandings in the community.
Our foyer, when our school was renovated, it was never finished. And for a long time, our staff and students and our community has been looking for a way to bring Coast Salish understandings and recognition to the forefront of our educational experience and our experience together as a community.
The students learn the Hulkamanum language, hear stories from Syeyutsus elders, and participate in other activities, including working with Marston on creating a Coast Salish feel at the school.
The work we're doing now is transformative because we're working together. The title of our project, Not Smat Syeyutsus, working together as one. This is how we'll move forward together.
The first stage of the project, that began over 2 years ago, saw Marston carve 4 traditional house posts that now stretch upwards just inside the main entry doors. Students are busy weaving mats to adorn the walls while Marston works on the eagle.
The welcome carving is part of a traditional way of welcoming people into your territory, and the posts in behind have become, like, what we're creating is like a house for our students to walk into, or for people to walk into, and we're creating a space that is culturally rich and it kind of feels like home.
The Working Together as One project is seen as the first steps on the road to reconciliation.
This project is really important to my job as a First Nation teacher here in Ladysmith, where my main goal and objective is to teach non-First Nation people about our culture and our language, and to have a project as big as this to come in and show our students the beauty of our culture, the beauty of our language, and to see our First Nation students grow and get a lot stronger seeing their own culture right in their own school.
As we work together toward truth and reconciliation, the best way to do that is to come with an open heart and an open mind, and a willingness to listen and to learn. And I think we have that now. We have that happening, and it just feels really beautiful.
Coming together now is just part of a whole new way of thinking that our society is coming to. And we're looking at things differently than we did 20 years ago, where cultural diversity is becoming our strong aspect of who we are as a nation. We have a long ways to go to make things better, but it only happens, I think it happens one person at a time. The great thing about Ladysmith is that everyone wants change, and everyone wants things to be better for our children and for our own lives.
Pretty exciting things that are happening at the school, and thanks to Margaret Olson, the previous principal, who was a big part of starting this program. And of course, thank you to Mandy Jones and Jill Taylor. So now I present to you our land and language drummers.
Friends and relatives, first I want to give the cooks a round of applause. And our servers, I want to give them a round of applause. I want to thank the organizers and the people that are making this happen today. Thanking the chiefs and the Salquan for being here today, CMCIA. Truth and reconciliation. We need to talk. I want this organization to be patient. Don't put a timeline on what you're doing. Don't worry about momentum. Hear that lots. Gotta rush because we're gonna lose that momentum. Canada just lifted that rug that they swept under. There's lots of stuff under that rug. And you opened a lot of hurts, pains. Don't rush our young ones in this already fast world that we live in. Slow down. Rushing it too much. Because we're afraid to get hurt feelings, to do things wrong. Yes, we're going to have those uncomfortable conversations, but we need to have them if we want to walk beside each other. It's going to take time. It's going to take time because it's hundreds of years of pain and hurt. So, gee, that reconciliation's in capital letters. They're bold. But it has to be patient. Ladysmith with ourselves, looking after ourselves first, getting our own healing
as Indigenous people, have to say those few words today for our Salkwan, for my grandparents, for our children, the next generation. Really thanking the next generations for learning. And I want to thank our people for having an open mind, for sharing our medicines, our land, you see on the stage, our connections, our drums. That's why we take a stand for what we have, because it's who we are. So it's important to remember that as people when we're talking about reconciliation. Be patient with ourselves and our children. The first song we're going to sing is the Aishwawan Kwamok Mustimok. It's good feelings. My people, I want to send you off in a good way. And the second song we're going to sing, it's called the Equality Song. The first song I composed for youth and my grandparents, my grandmothers. And the second song I composed to share with everybody, no matter what color your skin is. I share around the world now. So I just really want to commend the youth. Let's have a round of applause for these youth up here. Really proud of them. They're really engaged with what they're doing. Really hungry for what they're doing. So I just really want to thank each and every one of you for coming today. It's really important. Okay, you ready? Yep. All right, remember, loud and proud. Don't be shy like me.
to follow. Hatzat Kasiem, Tansei. Thanks everybody. My name is Ted Kedwalder. I'm Director of Instruction in the school district. And I'm up here to say thank you to Ladysmith Secondary for being our host today. When we think about what's integral to our new policy, it's that learning from land and being on that spot and learning what the land has to teach you. And so as a symbol of our appreciation, I'll present this drum, Dave, to you. Yellow cedar from the hides of the animals from here.
I'll play it well.
Yes, and use it well. Okay?
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Patrick. Some wise words from my friend Patrick Allen. Harvey, our speaker, had to leave, so I thanked him on the way out. He had to be in town, so I wanted to do my part in opening the floor now to anyone who has anything to say.
Recognize and know that I need you. And I cannot do this without you. We are all together. My door, my heart is always open. And I hope that you'll hold my hand and walk with me as we do this as well. Thanks.
This is good. This is good work. This is good work. And it makes our elders happy when they can see the young people. Elder Jim wants to say a few words.
Syeyutsus
na siaya, si talatit na coil, hai taka, te siemen skolon alapit na coil, si tamak eli salini hui namat na coil. I wanted to say a few words today because my wife and I, we were invited to Dover Bay School. And that's where we first got introduced to reconciliation. They'd done a good program and all the staff and everyone was involved. They all worked on reconciliation program there. They have beautiful paintings on the school. There are beautiful pictures of the certain states of where we're heading with reconciliation. That's a beautiful thing when you work with young people. We have to encourage them all societies, so that we can work together like what was being said. Because when somebody says something about our language, tsitsawato, helping one another. And one other word from our ancestors, atoto, taking care of one another. Be kind to one another, because that's the word from our ancestors. The beautiful teachings that you can hear. But my dear brothers and sisters, you gotta have the ear and listen, because it's important. When you have children, teach them right, teach them the good way. We have enough conflict in this world, so we need more helping one another. And you know, I love to see all our culture today, all the beautiful work the young children have done. I thank the school board for their work they've done, all the cooks and all the young people. When young people are coming around serving you, that's a wonderful feeling because they feel good about serving you. But you know, the kindness of people is very important. And when my wife and I, we worked on the language. With about 30 of us elders. We were all gathered in Nanaimo. It took us about 15 years to put that dictionary together. But we've done it with love, because we want to help all the young people. Because we love them all and hope they have a better life than we did because of all the things that happened. When I went to school, a residential school, the judge asked me, what do you have to say to the court? What do you have to say to the lawyers? What do you have to say to the government? I say, you may have touched my body, you may have touched my mind, but thank goodness you never touched my spirit. Because when I used to wake up in the morning at the residential school, I could still hear the drum of my ancestors, because I grew up in the longhouse. I could still hear my ancestors singing. My dear friends, that's what kept me going all them times, the love of my ancestors. And I wish all the Métis well too, and all people of color. May we embrace them today also, all the people of color, because love is very important. And I thank you for your time, and may you have a good tough because you